Good evening, everyone. This is a video for Travis Walker. He had asked for a closer look at the TLV Nissan Laurel that's spinning in the middle of this solar display. And I just want to put a different note out there. I suggested that Travis start doing some reviews of his collection. And really, for anyone, no matter how small your collection is, I don't think there's enough reviews of this entire hobby. Partially, like, I got involved with this because I didn't see reviews of these many of these cars, at least detailed reviews that with the nitpickiness that I like to talk about. So, and no one, well, I would imagine most people can't buy every model out there. I know I can't. So I would love to see everyone else's models. And yeah, it doesn't take much investment to do these reviews. I'm literally using my mobile phone, my cell phone, to shoot these videos. I did buy a little directional mic. It was like $20. It's called a Saramonic, and it's a mic that's pointing away from my phone. In fact, hold on here. Here it is. Hopefully the audio is still working. Yeah, this thing was like $20. And when I first started, I noticed that the heavy breathing, because I'm literally, the phone is like literally like 6 inches from my face, or even closer than that. So you can hear my Darth Vader breathing. So this kind of helps because I stick the mic away from me. But other than this, that's all the investment you need to do. You don't need to make paper backgrounds like I do, or put a computer monitor behind the thing like I do. Just get a bright room and your phone and a phone stand, and you're good to go. Okay, anyways, so let's take a look here at the Nissan Laurel. This first came out from Nissan from 1968 and ran up until 2002. The first generation is this TLV that we're looking at here, so let's take a closer look. This is called the C30 body code, and this model ran from 1968 to 1972. And there are a couple engine choices, 1.8 liters to 2 liter engines, inline 4 cylinders. And this is a rear-wheel drive car. So, cars back then were mostly rear-wheel drive. So, the competitors of this car in Japan were the Corona Mark II from Toyota, the Isuzu Bellet, not sure how to pronounce that car's name, and then the Mazda Luce, or is it Lucy? I don't know. Okay, well, as you saw in the spinning, it falls into the middle of this Nissan lineup here. The Bluebird, or in the West it would be called the Datsun 510, and then you got the Laurel there, and then the Cedric is a size up. So let me look at it from the top. You can hopefully see the size differences, right? It's definitely in the middle of the two. So one nice thing that this car had, it had the same suspension as the Skyline. So it's an independent four-wheel suspension from the Skyline, so that's a nice little that's nice to have, I would say. Unfortunately, it wasn't really successful as a car for Nissan because the Bluebird was such a good car. It was, a little bit smaller, but it was a good car. So, unfortunately for Nissan, the Laurel wasn't as much of a hot seller. They created their own competition. Okay, so let's get back to this model here. And I gotta angle my camera down again for the better light. Okay, so what do we have here? Obviously it's a four-door. The wheels do look period correct. These little rectangles here should be hollow. And I suppose it's okay that they're not on such a small model, but I know that if Kyosho made these wheels, those would probably be hollow. So it is possible. Anyways, you get the nice printing here of this reflector. You got some sort of like side vents here, but I don't think they're actually functional when I look at photos of the real car. And you do have these chrome door handles, and are they painted differently? Yeah, it's a different color paint, although this paint is like black. And well, when I look at photos of the real car, it seems to be chrome and black, so I suppose that's accurate. These panel lines are okay. They're not super thick, super wide, so they're acceptable. This is a really nice silver paint, by the way. It's not too splotchy looking. It's definitely a nice metallic. Okay, you got this little chrome and black vent here on the C-pillar that looks pretty good. And what I'm liking is the open window, because that'll give us a good chance to see the interior. So in fact, let me pull up Mr. Flashy Light here, and let's take a closer look here. Let me hit the focus there on the interior. Okay, let me stand the flashlight up and hit the focus. Okay, I guess that's as good as I'm going to focus there. Well, are there gauges printed on there? I don't know if that's molded. I do actually think there's silver paint on those gauge rims. So that's pretty good. Right? Hopefully you can see there. It's clearly like silver there in the middle part and the instrument gauges. And then the steering wheel is like a gray color, but the main dashboard is black, so it's a two-tone effect, which is nice. You can see it better with the seats here. You know, it's a black seat, but the middle ribbing is gray, so that's really nice. Nice two-tone effect. The door panel actually seems to have a little bit of an armrest there. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it though. There, maybe right there. Unfortunately, I can't hold the car and the flashlight and then hit the focus button on my camera, so that's as good as I'm going to get it. So it's nice that they have open windows, because if you look at the rear windows, look at the distortion. You can't see anything on the inside. I'm noticing this as a trend with TLV in many of the molded windows. Molded windows just aren't very clear. I mean, you can't see what's going on. So I think it was a smart choice that they left those front windows open. Okay, let's continue on the outside here. So there does seem to be printing here, Laurel, and I'm guessing it's an 1800. Laurel, yeah, 1800. Okay, so that's good. Let's go to the back here. Typical TLV fashion. Nice thick lights here, a little silver trim here. Is it? Well, could have been painted a little bit better, but I can live with it. I'm assuming these must be some additional reflectors. It is a bump. It's a bump in the casting and it's painted red. These must be the backup lights. Those are just painted white. You got your standard license plate there, and you got some sort of badge here, so that's good. Little bumperettes here, painted black, so that's nice. And this bumper is a separate plastic piece, so I'm liking that. Okay, so let's see on the bottom here. We know what it is, the scale, all that stuff, the model number, and this is way back from 2006, so a pretty old model when it was originally casted. Look like a pretty proper wheel, tire size for this age, so that's good. And suspension as usual. Okay, so the trunk here, yeah, it's okay. You know, that is a contaminant. Oh well, it's not as bad as some other TLVs I get. And then yeah, that's a scratch or a contaminant again. So not the best quality control at TLV. Again, contaminant. So that's too bad. Okay, but other than that, looks pretty good. We got some black paint, although it's not 100% covering the silver for the window molding. And I do like that this is a separate silver paint app there, so that's nice. Okay, going to the front. Being an older casting, I don't know, it doesn't look as sharp as some of the newer ones, it seems. I think if it just had a little black paint wash in the grill here, it would look far more realistic. There's a Japanese gentleman doing YouTube reviews. I think it's called TL64. You might want to look that up. He'll literally go in with the Tamiya black paint wash, and then he'll, add it to the model in his video. So if you want to, take a look at his videos and see how to do that, it's really easy to do. I just think it seems silly to do on an expensive model. It should come like that from the factory. I mean, there's black in here, right? So why not black everywhere? Well, anyway, so we got the nice clear lenses, so that's good. Nice molding down here, that's good. And again, great. Separate bumper, chromed out, so that's good. Got the middle ridge here. Okay, that seems accurate. Alright, so going to the top here, really nice metallic flake again. Nice casting there of those vents. And three-dimensional mirrors, so that's good. A lot of TLVs just have a printed on graphic. But those wipers, not mirrors, I'm saying wipers. Three-dimensional wipers, and there does seem to be some silver on there, which is accurate because the original car had chrome wiper blades. So the original car has mirrors sticking out here on the hood, so I can understand why they kind of skipped that. It would have been nice if they had it though. In fact, let me now pop up again so you can take a look at the photo behind and the car itself. You see those mirrors? I don't know, what do you guys think? You think that TLV should have gone through the effort of adding those? I think they would definitely fall off or snap off in some sort of shipping, so I think there's a logical reason why they may have skipped it on that one. This is just to let you know, this Cedric here is a TLV also, but I think I'll save that for a different review. And then this is a Konami, this yellow one, because I don't have a TLV Bluebird or Datsun 510. This thing is from 2005. So, but what I will pull out, these two Aoshimas. This is the second generation Laurel, which came out in 1972 and ran until 1977. And then this is a third generation Laurel by Aoshima, which came out from 77 to 1980. Now the issue is, the Aoshimas are highly modified. They're slammed to the ground, they have aftermarket wheels, and all the badging is missing. There's no badging at all, no graphics at all. But you can see that it's got these funky tailpipes and wings and flare kits, and they're just totally modified. It's the whole Japanese bosozoku style. And so these are from the Grachan series from the Aoshima. I like them. Aoshima has really great paint. The paint is better than TLV for sure. It's just that the models, they just don't look really realistic compared to, say, a TLV, because they're just so modified. Maybe they are realistic to the modified cars, but if you look at the mirrors, they're kind of blobby and they're not super sharp detailed as far as the mirrors go. But the paint is nice. Okay, so hopefully, Travis Walker, you got an idea of whether or not you want to buy this TLV. For me, TLVs are great if you can look at the paint before buying. Maybe I'm just the unluckiest collector in the world, but 50% of mine have paint problems. So I only buy this brand if I can see it at the shop beforehand, or a seller will send me photos of the car I'm actually buying. Okay, so that's my take on that brand. And I do recommend Aoshima if you like the style. I can totally understand. Like, look at this brown car. That's an ugly car. That's a really ugly car. But I like it. It just looks so ridiculous that I like it. But the pink car, I think, is really attractive. This second generation Laurel. Alright guys, I'm rambling on, so I will catch you in the next video. See ya. Bye.